Hey guys, I'm John, and in this video we're going to find out how ace I think and this is, and these, and maybe these, but mainly this. So guys, welcome back to another video, and I'm going to give you my 4K review of Pitch Black. So Pitch Black is a film that released, wow, a long time ago now, so it released in 2000. And it was really sort of the first main film that Vin Diesel had starred in. Okay, so a few years earlier, yeah, he'd starred in Saving Private Ryan in a very small role. But Pitch Black was his first major starring acting credit. And I always remember when I first saw Pitch Black, I had been to a computer fair, like, locally, and I picked up my first DVD player. I was just excited because I was like, oh my god, I got DVD player. And I got a multi-region one because you have to, don't you? And at this computer fair, they got some like DVDs and Region 1 DVDs. And they got Pitch Black there. And earlier that week, I'd been reading in Total Film magazine about this film called Pitch Black. And it got really good reviews. And I was like, do you know what? Yeah, I'll give that a go. So I brought it. And it wasn't even out here in England in the cinema at the time when I bought it. It was like due to come out like in a couple of weeks. Obviously, like Total Film, we got like a preview of it. And then I got home and I watched the film. Oh man, and I just fell in love with the film. I thought it was an amazing film, absolutely awesome film. It was just really well really well captured. Like the cinematography and everything, really well acted. Obviously, very small budget film, bit of a B movie really, in the way it was constructed, but I love a good B movie, so for me it was just excellent, and like everything about it, like the whole sort of design of it was just really cool. And then I was going around telling people, I was like, oh, I watched a film called Pitch Black, and everybody's like, what? And it wasn't until a couple of weeks later when it released on the cinema, everybody was like, have you said you've seen that? And I was like, dude, I own it. Dude, I got that. So that was sort of my first experience with Pitch Black, and ever since I've loved it. Absolutely love the film. And then when they get this Arrow Video 4K release, I was like, oh, I need to add that to the collection. Now I know it's been out a while, and I've sort of recently got around to getting it. So Zavvi had a deal where it was like 50% off Arrow stuff or something like that. I don't know. I got it for 15 quid anyway, which for a 4K is excellent. So I was like, do you know what? I'm down with that. So I got it for 15 quid. So got to get a bargain, guys. Now, do you know what, right, I really like about these Arrow ones? Right, when you open it up, right, it literally just comes with a 4K disc. None of this crap about giving you a 4K and a Blu Ray and all that rubbish. No, it's just, you want a 4K film? We'll give you 4K film. You want special features? They're all on the disc. That's all we want. I don't want to put a 4K disc in and then have to put a Blu Ray in to watch special features. I just want that one disc, and that's it. That's all I want. Okay? Thank you, Arrow. Thank you very much. So that's what we get. Now, as with all Arrow videos, you get a double-sided cover. So I've gone for this cover. Okay? Just because it's cool, and it's Riddick with his goggles on, because it's daytime, and, his eye shine doesn't work in the daytime. And then on the inside, we've got the nighttime one, and it just shows like him without the goggles on, looking all freaking cool at night. So that's why I changed the outside one, because the discs are like that, just to contrast between the two. Obviously you can have it how you want because it comes with a reversible, so you can have it just completely nighttime with all, but I just thought it looked cool with the contrast, man. Look at that. It's just me. Now, moving on to the 4K disc. So, the film has been fully remastered in 4K, which is awesome. And not only do you get the film remastered, you get both the theatrical and the director's cut. Two versions of the film. Now, I'd never seen the director's cut before, so I was like, that's even better. It hasn't got much more in it. I don't even know how much it's got in it. It's in like a couple of minutes, like 10 minutes or something. But still, you get director's cut. So I was like, yeah, man, I'm down with that. So I watched the director's cut, and do you know what? The 4K transfer is really, really good. So it goes in gradients a little bit. So when you first start the film, and it's all, they crash onto the planet, and the sun's shining, and there's 3 suns going about, and everybody's like, bloody hell, and all this. And I'm like, it was a bit of green. There was quite a lot of green, actually. And I think that was just because of how it was filmed with the sunlight. So there was quite a lot of grain to it. But, like I say, it's a low-budget film. I accept that. That was how it was made originally. And a bit of grain doesn't bother me. So that's what I sort of took away. But, I mean, it is very clean, very crisp. It seems as if there's a lot more focus on like things in the distance and all that kind of stuff. You know, like with just the clarity of everything overall. Just gives it a little bit of polish. Just a little bit. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm happy with this. And then when the film just sort of switches gear and everything just goes to pitch black. When the sun's set and it's just like there's no sun whatsoever. Then the 4K really came into its own. In the dark scenes, when the sun sets, oh my god, it's so good. The HDR just sort of kicks in and it's like boom, me like this. And everything just becomes like crystal, man. It is so clear, so perfect. It's exactly what you want. In a film called Pitch Black, that's what HDR was designed for, man. Hands down. And it works. It looks amazing. It looks absolutely incredible. And in those scenes where it's dark, it just makes the film look like it was like film with modern cameras, to be fair. The way it looks in the night scenes is an unbelievable contrast to how it looks in the day scenes. It's like 2 different films, man. I mean, but it looks so good, and I was really impressed with it. And overall, the graphics were really good as well. So the bioraptors in it, the weird alien things, they look really good. And the scenes with those in, because obviously, like I say, it's a low budget. You can tell, obviously, the special effects aren't quite as up to date as they are. I mean, this film was made like over 20 years ago, but it still looks good, man. And the bioraptors look awesome, and I think they're a great design. And the way that this has been restored is perfect, man. This is the best way that you're going to see Pitch Black, and I can't recommend watching it. If you like Pitch Black, honestly, this 4K is incredible. Like, wow, just like say the night scenes, the dark, and the HDR kicks in. It was like, whoa, and it was awesome. And not only do you get the theatrical cut and the director's cut, obviously both in 4K because we only get the one disc. You also get the slight sequel-y, spin-off-y animated thing called Dark Fury. So you get that on there as well, which is excellent, because I'm pretty sure it's only ever been available on DVD. I'm pretty sure you couldn't get it on Blu Ray, because I'm sure I've looked before. But you get that on there as well. And obviously because it's on a 4K disc, it isn't actually restored to 4K, it's on HD. When you put it in a 4K player, it just naturally upscales it anyway, so winner, man. You're getting like sort of 2 films, which is always great. Now, it is an awesome little animated sequel. It's only short, it's only like half an hour long, but it's pretty cool, man. And it's good because like the characters come back, so it is a direct sequel to Pitch Black. So when Riddick leaves the planet with these 2 passengers in tow, it shows you their journey. And it's sort of a bit of a bridging gap between like Pitch Black and the Chronicles of Riddick. It just sort of bridges the gap between the 2, and you see how they got separated and like how he starts on Riddick and all that, which is really cool. The only thing I will say is halfway through, it's as if like they got a different animator in, and the animation style in the latter half just didn't quite compare to the beginning for me. But apart from that, ain't gonna complain, because it's pretty cool. More Riddick's always a good thing for me. I love Riddick. It doesn't have an Atmos track, it just has a Dolby track, which, do you know what? It still sounds awesome. When the sounds of the aliens are coming, it's great. I love it. Okay, so that was a quick look into the 4K of Pitch Black and the addition of Dark Fury, because why not? So now I'm just going to sort of talk about like the Riddick franchise as a whole. Okay, so it really did start with Pitch Black. Okay, so Pitch Black's what started it all. That's where it first arrived. Okay, so that's where we first got introduced to Richard B. Riddick. And he's badass. And that was what we got in this one, and it sort of made me interested for the character. So then what they went and did is made prequels to Pitch Black in the form of a video game, which is awesome. And do you know what, right? Escape from Butcher Bay is one hell of a game. It is like, honestly, for a licensed game, because not many licensed games sort of shine with I shine. But Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay, really does. It is an absolutely incredible game. It's got first person stealth action, and it's just incredible. Honestly, if anybody wants to experience a damn good game, Butcher Bay's the one, man. Butcher Bay's ace. So then what they did is then they did a sequel to Butcher Bay called Assault on Dark Athena, right? It's not quite as good as Butcher Bay, but if you get the 360 version, you get, as it says there, a remastered Butcher Bay. You get both games on one disc. This is the one you're looking for, guys. Get a 360, because they're pretty cheap now, if you love Riddick. Get these games, because they're awesome. And they're just great, and it is a continuation. So then when you see at the end of the 360 one, Dark Athena, it leads up to the events of how you see Riddick on the transport ship in this film, which is awesome. Highly recommend them. And then the films carried on, and we went to Chronicles of Riddick. The less we say about the Chronicles of Riddick, the better. It is really not a great film, to be honest. The director's cut adds more footage to it, so it's got like 15 minutes of extra footage, which just builds a bit more characters and story. It doesn't really add any more action scenes into it, as more just character building, which is nice because it introduces some new aspects and sort of dimensions to the characters that you know in there. But overall, yeah, it was a bit of a letdown, and I think David Twohy just had too much of a budget and just went big and bold and tried to do this big Star Wars sort of saga thing, and it just didn't work, you know what I mean? Pitch Black was a low budget film, and its small budget helped to build its tone and character. And then with Riddick, they just went big and bold, and yeah, it just fell flat for me. So Chronicles of Riddick isn't great. But then we got Riddick, okay? That's all it's called. It's just called Riddick. And this is the extended cut. And this tones everything back, okay? So this goes more back to what Pitch Black was. And overall, this is a really good film. Okay, so like we get Pitch Black, which is up here, and it drops to like Chronicles of Riddick, and then pulled back up. And Riddick is up there, man. Riddick's excellent. And I can't recommend Riddick enough. If you like Pitch Black, and you've watched Chronicles, and you thought, nah, they're going down, man, then don't think that. Riddick's on there, man. Riddick's up there. It's great. And it's got like the violence in there. It's really violent in places, and kind of gory in some places, which is excellent. So, can't recommend Riddick enough. And they are doing a number 4. So, Vin Diesel has confirmed that Furia is coming, and it's going to be in the same sort of vein as Riddick, of obviously like the violence and everything, which is awesome. So, yeah, I do really love the Riddick series, and it's just, I love all of it. Like, even the games, man, the game's great. Like I say, Chronicles of Riddick's not something I could recommend, to be honest. If you're going for a franchise, then obviously you've got to watch it. There's some cool action scenes in it. There's some of the special effects and the ideas that are within it are quite cool, to be fair. So it is worth a watch for some of those. And ending with Riddick, man. Riddick's amazing. And a little fun fact. Okay, so as we all know, like Vin Diesel's other big franchise is Fast and Furious, because it is. He's massive in Fast and Furious. And he obviously was in the first film, he didn't appear in the second film, and he had a small cameo at the end of the third film, just to sort of Universal just trying to tie the third one into the bigger franchise with him. So they asked Vin Diesel if he'd do it. And do you know what? He refused money for it. Okay, he said to Universal, no, I don't want paying for it. What I want is the film rights, the character rights to Riddick. Which is mad, man. So Vin Diesel now, he's the sole owner of the character of Riddick. And anything that happens is all down to him. I mean, what a guy, man. Refuses money just for a character. And obviously the Fast and Furious has now gone on to be bigger and better than Riddick ever would have been. But I just think that's just cool, man. Just heightens Vin Diesel, in my opinion, just because he understands that, you know, Riddick was the character that put him on the screen. and it just shows that he cares about the character, and I'm really looking forward to what the future can hold. And yeah, so that's my sort of overview of the Riddick franchise, and my review of the 4K Pitch Black, which, guys, is amazing. Honestly, absolutely amazing. And the amount of special features on this disc is just ridiculous, man. There's that much like making ofs and behind the scenes and commentaries, and oh my god, it's like all that and like a font of one. So it's excellent. So there you go, guys. That's Pitch Black in 4K. A little overview of the Riddick franchise. And there you go, guys. If you enjoyed this video, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel for more Ace content. Just click that like button, guys, please. It really helps me out, helps the channel grow so I can get you guys more videos like this. Follow me on Instagram for updates. And with that, guys, I'll catch you later.